last day of school to my favorite third, soon to be fourth graders. I love you guys so much. I can't believe summer is here. What a year we have had, my friends, but wouldn't have wanted to spend it with any other children in the whole world. I've loved being your teacher so much. I can't wait to see what you do when you're older, in your fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh, middle school, high school, college. I can't wait. I can't wait. That's the best part about being a teacher, is you get to hopefully see and hear about your students growing up and all the amazing things they do. Today we're going to read The Circus Ship, written and illustrated by Chris Van Dusen, my favorite. And this story rhymes, just like most of his do, and it's actually based on a true story from a long time ago. The Circus Ship. 5 miles off the coast of Maine, and slightly overdue, a circus ship was steaming south in fog as thick as stew. Doesn't look very safe. On board were 15 animals who traveled to and fro. The next day it was Boston for another circus show. The captain, Mr. Carrington, was honest and sincere. He thought that they should drop the hook and wait for things to clear. But Mr. Payne, the circus boss, was terribly demanding. He stomped up to the helm, where Captain Carrington was standing, and screamed, "Don't stop! Keep going! I've got a show to do! Just get me down to Boston town tomorrow, sir, by 2. Then came a crash, an awful bash. Things flew up into the air. The ship had smashed into a ledge that no one knew was there. Uh-oh. The shattered ship began to tip, then sank without a sound. The splashing, thrashing animals swam round and round and round. Poor things. Some of those things are creatures I didn't even know could swim. Like that camel. The captain said to Mr. Payne, "Pray tell, what shall we do? We can't just leave them here to drown. We've got to save them too." "The animals?" yelled Mr. Payne. "Why, sir, what are you, daft? It's me that you should rescue. Pull me into the raft." "Now ferry me to safety, sir, before I die of cold." "Don't question me," barked Mr. Payne. "Just do as you are told." So Mr. Payne, the circus boss, does not seem to care at all about the safety of all of his animals. He just cares about himself. Meanie. Through chilly water all night long, the animals swam on until they reached an island beach just before the dawn. They pulled themselves up on the shore, beraggled, cold, and beat, then staggered to the village on weary, wobbly feet. I think my favorite is all the other little creatures, the seagulls and the little squirrels, watching all these animals from the circus walk onto the shore. Can you see okay? There we go. The people in the neighborhood had just began to rise, and when they saw those animals, they had to rub their eyes. They thought they saw an elephant. But wait, how could that be? And what's that little monkey doing in the cherry tree? Could you imagine looking out your window and seeing these animals just walking around outside without any people? That'd be pretty interesting. Soon animals were everywhere and into everything. "There's an ostrich in the outhouse. There's a hippo in the spring. There's a tiger in the tulips. There's a lion on the lawn. There's a python in the pantry! It went on and on and on. Mr. Hood was stacking wood and nearly jumped a mile when he found the alligator sleeping on his pile. And Mrs. Dotty Daly, who grew daisies by the bunch, discovered that the zebra had been eating them for lunch. And Miss Fanny Feeny found, according to the rumors, the silly little circus monkey swinging in her bloomers, which is like long underwear. Something you'd wear under a skirt. But everything changed quickly, like the turning of the tide, the night the abbot's shed caught fire, with Emma Rose inside. From high above the abbot's farm, the tiger saw the shed. The sight of smoke and fire triggered something in his head. He jumped through flames 1,000 times back in his circus days, so he ran right past all the people and leapt into the blaze. Then everybody panicked. Help, help, what can we do? When from the raging fire, something big burst into view. It was the most amazing sight, and everybody froze when they saw the tiger saving little Emma Rose. The tiger's risky rescue changed everybody's mind. The animals weren't bothersome. The animals were kind. And so they lived together. Side by side they got along. It didn't seem like anything could possibly go wrong. Then Little Red the messenger came running with the word, apparently a circus ship had sunk from what he'd heard. The animals are from that boat. They swam in from the bay. The greedy owner wants them back. He'll be here any day. So the people called a meeting, and they quickly hatched a plan. No animal that came to shore would sail off with that man. Oops. Dropping the book. There we go. The next day at the crack of dawn, that means right when the sun starts to come up. The next day at the crack of dawn, a ship was at the pier, and up the lane marched Mr. Payne, whose voice was loud and clear. I am the circus owner. My ship sank in the murk. I've come to find my animals and put them back to work. He hiked until he came into the center of the town. His face was red. He scratched his head. He stood there with a frown. Mr. Payne looked high and low, but still he couldn't see the 15 circus animals of his menagerie. If you want to, you can pause it when I show you the picture so you can try to find all the little animals. Because all 15 of them are in this picture. Okay, pause it if you want to keep looking, because I'm going to keep reading. He ran around the alleyways. He searched the village square. He even checked a chicken coop. His animals weren't there. Mr. Payne was tuckered out. His heavy chest was heaving. Then Little Red stepped up and said, I think your boat is leaving. He ran off in a fit of rage. His ship was leaving sight, so he jumped into a rowboat, and he rowed with all his might. And from that day, they like to say, their lives were free of pain. Get it? That's the circus guy's name. It was a happy, peaceful place upon that isle in Maine. And that's the end. They live happily ever after with the people in the village. I love the happy ending. All right, kiddos, that's it. It's our last read aloud for the year. Except for Harry Potter. I promise Harry Potter is coming. I love you so much, and I will see you this afternoon for a video chat. Don't forget, you get to bring an ice cream today. All right, sweeties, I will see you soon, and I love you, I love you, I love you. Bye.